What's up, everybody? Welcome to
Hey,
PowerWash
hey!
Sim with Eli.
Warhammer.
It's his territory.
Yes. The tech priests are at it again.
I don't know what that means, but
So there's a group called the Mechanicum of Mars,
oh boy, already
and we're
delving into
basically
Warhammer lore,
no,
Lorehammer.
it's a whole army. They just take people who want to be more machine-like, and they're like, "Hey, here, let's augment you."
Okay,
Pretty much all they do. They don't like take babies and turn them into monsters,
oh,
like or flying gun ammo holding things like the sisters do.
all right. I'm sure as this live stream goes on, more and more Warhammer lore will dribble out of Eli's mouth.
Yes.
Uh, oh, something I do want to mention to everybody. I'll say it live on stream so I can just make a short out of it rather than having to make multiple posts. My schedule is going to be changing. I'm going to be off on Saturdays from now on. I'm going to stream on Fridays. So I'll just be off weekends because we had to do a little change up because of my work and me getting screwed over. So that's always fun. But you know, I think it'll be fine. I think streaming on Friday will be fine. Just annoying because I'm a person who likes a schedule and I like to keep that schedule. And when I have to deviate from that schedule, it kind of irritates me. So when I've had Wednesdays off for the past almost 3 years, and then I get stuck now because somebody else just moved to my department and they have more seniority than me and they wanted Wednesdays off, so I just lose my Wednesday. I'm not happy. I'm quite upset actually. So,
I mean, to be fair, they threatened to take my Thursdays off away, and I laughed at them and said I just won't come in.
yeah, see, I can't do that because I'm not an owner of the company I work for.
Yeah, well, I also was like, you guys think you're so funny trying to do this to me. It does not work the way you think it will. I am I'm more tenacious than you guys are.
Yeah, I wish I could play that kind of hardball.
Oh, yeah, that's what happens when you go corporate.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to be corporate. I want to be YouTube famous.
Why don't we just make a game and get popular that way, make some more games?
Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I want to do.
Keep streaming, you know?
Right. Oh, you never responded to me about the. I gave you
I
that story idea.
okay. I was like, I need to respond to that, and then we had another conversation. I couldn't find it because I'm an idiot.
Okay,
That's why I hadn't responded.
fair enough.
I was like, I need to save this, and then I never saved it.
I understand. I I won't hold that against
I
you.
got distracted.
I do that plenty.
So what was it again?
Uh, do you think we can discuss it on stream?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Um, so here's the thing when it comes to copyright. This is actually so copyright laws. Since we are technically talking about it, and this is the first iteration of it being talked about, technically it's ours. If that makes sense.
Even if we
If
haven't
we have,
legally put in for a copyright.
yeah, because that's all sorts of things like
Intellectual
it.
property.
Yeah, it gets into those laws, which are a lot kinder to content creators than they are to big companies.
Fair enough. So the idea that I had was basically the character either I couldn't is what I couldn't decide was it's either the character you're playing as or your companion character is like a Grim Reaper, bounty hunter type that has been around for thousands of years, carrying out hits on criminals who, did heinous crimes like murder, stuff like that. And so basically, Wild West all the way back to ancient Rome, doing all these how to phrase it in YouTube friendly terms, removal of evil people from this mortal coil. But
taking
now
out the trash, you could say.
Yeah, taking out the trash. That's a good one. So yeah, he's carried out hits on mob bosses and notorious serial killers and everything, and just basically taking out the scum of society. Flash forward to modern day, where he's not allowed to do that anymore, based on the laws. He can't get away with that. So you actually, I'm missing a crucial point here too. He can tell who is guilty of the crime. So he has an ability to tell when somebody is guilty. He's not just going around going, I guess you did it. He knows full well that somebody did it, and he takes care of them. Modern day, legally, can't do that because, of course, saying, oh, well, I can tell they're the one that committed the crime is not admissible in court. So you working back from knowing who the killer is have to solve the crime backwards rather than, something like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney where you're solving the crime as you go along. You already know who the perpetrator was. You just have to find the evidence to prove that it was them.
Kind of like Kojak.
I don't know what that is.
Oh boy, this is going to be a really long explanation.
Oh gosh.
The shortened version is he's a private eye. So when I say that, it's going to put us back into like the 50s.
Yeah.
He's a private eye that deals with all the weird shit.
Okay.
So like he fights zombies and stuff, but he has to figure out who's making the zombie.
Oh, okay. So like a supernatural private eye kind of.
Yeah. I believe he was actually the inspiration for Supernatural. I don't remember though.
Oh.
But it's all black and white.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool.
It ran for like 12 seasons, but you're doing stuff with like the one that I always loved was he has to deal with a voodoo chick. Because she keeps bringing the dead back.
Okay.
But he can't prove it's her, so he has to go catch the undead thing, but it's like 50s, like, man, how do you beat the undead thing? He's gonna run him around in a circle and knock him out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Because modern day, like, zombie media, undead stuff is so oversaturated that
Yeah.
I can with a high level of certainty say that if a zombie apocalypse were to break out in real life, it would be snuffed out before it could become too much of an issue. Because of how popularized zombie media is, unless it was one of the ones like The Walking Dead where it's like when you die you just turn.
Or like 28 Days Later.
Yeah. But if it's
it's
like the typical zombie, like, oh, somebody rose from the dead and now they're biting people, and, you're not going to have the people being like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? Everyone's just going to be like, oh, yeah, it's a zombie. Shoot it in the head.
Yeah. Actually, I saw a thing that was like, if it was like a rabies thing, it would be a lot more dangerous than even like the Walking Dead version.
How so?
Because rabies is transmitted, it can be transmitted before you even know you have it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would make it deadly.
Because you could be infected, not know you have it, pass it on to another person, and then all of a sudden, people just start going crazy and eating people. Yeah. What is it? I can't remember the show. Last of Us. When
Yeah, the
it's like, oh,
fungus.
it's like fungus. Yeah, you know how you beat fungus?
I
Fire.
mean, well, yeah, fire. I was just gonna say, don't breathe it in.
Yeah.
A gas
And that
mask.
would... It gets solved. Those problems get solved really quick. But like vampires would be a completely different thing.
No, I'll fight a vampire. I'd win.
You'd win.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you.
I mean, it just says a vampire needs wood in the heart, and I got 8 inches of wood. Oh boy.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Oh boy. But yeah, one of the major things that happened within the last few days, we talked about doing it on the podcast. Oh, by the way, when did I say we were doing the podcast on Saturday? Because I just got
Noon.
changed to 8 hours. Yeah, I can't. I go into work at 12:30, so I can't do.
Ooh. Oof. Oofaloopa.
Yeah, so that one's not gonna work unless you want to do the podcast earlier than that.
I would prefer not to.
Yeah. So we might have to cancel it for this week.
Okay.
I
If
mean,
you say so.
the only other option would be doing it right now. Like while we're doing PowerWash Sim.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Just
All right, let me.
update your stream.
Yeah, let me.
I'm not updating mine.
Yeah, you know what? I'll make a new thumbnail and everything. So, oh shoot, we got to keep the continuity. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the tavern. This is Bardic Blunders. Sure.
The Space Tavern.
The Space Tavern.
Ooh.
But I suppose one of the big things that happened just yesterday was Rooster Teeth announced that they're closing their doors. They're done. They're not a company anymore.
Pack
Which
it up shop.
caught me off guard. I mean, it's not unsurprising that Rooster Teeth was not making money and, ultimately was falling by the wayside and heading towards the path of non-existence, but still, I didn't expect just to get a tweet that was like, hey, yeah, Rooster Teeth's done. See you later.
Oh, have you actually gone and read the company memo?
Yes. I was like,
Man, that was the weirdest company memo I have ever seen.
I know. Also read the what was it, the Discord post they sent out. I don't know if it was I don't remember if it was just a copy of the company memo. But it did say they had the meeting and that they basically knew for a while that, at least for a few days, that Rooster Teeth was done.
A few days.
As of that meeting. Now, the CEO probably knew it was done for weeks or months on end. Like, he probably had a pretty good idea. I don't know. They said his name, and I was like, who? And granted, I haven't watched them since 2020, so...
Oh, wait. Wait, did I stop watching them before you did?
I know I did stick around. It was really the whole thing with Ryan.
That's when I left.
Yeah, that was the same. Because I was already like meh, and he was one of my favorite people at the time. And then when that happened, I was just like, oh, yeah, I'm done. I can't anymore. So many of these guys just aren't entertaining, and then that happening.
And now you look at it, so many of the entertaining ones have their own streaming career now.
Exactly. Dude, I've now been watching Ray longer than I watched Achievement Hunter.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think. That's insane.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but I was never really a big Ray fan. But that's probably because me and him kind of fit the same role in the friend group of like, oh yeah, no, he's just the good one at video games.
Well, and I mean, Ray definitely, I thought he was funny, but he wasn't my favorite all the way back in high school when we were watching it more often.
Mogar is ready.
Yeah, Michael was my favorite for the longest time. But yeah, Ray, especially after I've gone back and watched some of the old clips, his comedic timing is impeccable.
Yeah.
But,
I will give him that one.
Certain moments, like, it was funny. There are certain times when, like, the episode where they were having the argument with Pubert. It was like building Jeff's house or something, I think. And you know, the whole Addams Family argument they were going back and forth on. Well, in the middle of that, they at some point, because they mentioned, you know, a box of fungus could get an achievement. And Jeff was like, my dog got an achievement. That was a whole series. Pet Achievements. Had like 3 episodes. Go back and watch that one to see my dead dog. And, of course, Ray is just breaking down laughing for like 5 minutes. And nobody else noticed the joke except for Ray.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, Ray, are you okay? And he's like, I'm laughing at what Jeff said.
And he's like, what, about my dead dog? He's like, yeah!
You go back and watch that, see a video of my dead dog. Which, that's another, hats off to Jeff. Seriously, whenever I was younger, I was always rooting for the lads. But as I've gotten older and I've gone back and watched, I'm just like, you know, Jeff was really funny, and I never... Like, since it was always, like, me rooting for the lads, even though I could acknowledge that he was funny, I guess I didn't appreciate his humor as much back then. Because this is...
Now it's like... It's top-tier comedy gold.
Oh my gosh, dude. So funny. And this is, for perspective on this, people... I think Ray was in a part of Achievement Hunter for 3 years, from 2012 to
Yes.
2015. We were in high school, and not just in high school, like freshman year. You know.
These guys, all of Rooster Teeth, really defined our humor.
Oh my
If you think
gosh,
about it.
dude. Yeah. At least quite a large chunk of it. I mean, obviously, there's a large part of my humor uh, that was based off of my dad, and my dad's
Yeah, but
humor.
My dad's not funny, so.
Which, wow, come out and say it. Uh, yeah, my see when I make the stupid jokes, like, you know, of course now I can't think of any.
Or your puns.
Yeah, my puns, definitely. Like, here, I'll give you an example. I was going to buy spray paint because I'm making something for a friend for their birthday. And I, I, I was asking my dad, like, oh, do I need sealer? You know, what kind of sealer do I need would work for the thing I'm making? And he's like, okay, yeah, you'll want to get this one, and you know, make sure it's like this, and then you might want to get 2 cans just in case. And I was just like, why do I need a bird? And he was like, no, you need 2 birds. Didn't you hear what I said? I said 2 cans.
Yeah.
I feel like I could
I
hear
envy
the
you.
eye roll from the other side of the camera.
Hey, man, I've been around you too long. I've heard all of them. You don't strike fear into me anymore. With your puns. I'm just here for a good time.
Oh. Oh gosh, I broke the game.
How did you break the game?
Oh, okay, there we go. I hit the like quick thing to switch the nozzle, and then the menu didn't go away.
This goes a lot faster when you have 2 people cleaning.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Helldiver's getting an update.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah. And it's not a small update either. Where did you come from?
Your nightmares?
That's not true. You couldn't match the things that come out of my nightmares.
Oh, I think I can.
They're adding mech suits.
Mechs?
Yeah.
Oh.
That you can pilot around.
Oh, are we getting Titanfall?
No, think the Mantis from Halo 4.
Oh, that's cool too.
Oh, and it gets better. You also get the Warthog.
Like the actual, just straight up Warthog?
It's like it's a 4-man vehicle where you can shoot out of, and there's a turret on it.
Okay, so like a better Warthog, because the Warthog only allows 3. Yeah, we're playing PowerWash Sim. Welcome in, Gunner.
Hey,
We're
Gunnar.
also kind of doing our podcast because we don't have time to do it this week, so, you know.
You already finished this whole fucking side?
Yes.
No, you didn't. Don't lie to me. Loser.
I'll kill you.
Please. With how my work has been the past couple of days, I will take a vacation in hell.
Oh boy. what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but just to kind of seal off the thoughts about Rooster Teeth, I think the biggest thing with Rooster Teeth, the loss of it, is it's gonna be so weird with them just not being there because they've been such a consistent thing. They existed before YouTube.
Yeah.
This is the first day YouTube has existed where Rooster Teeth isn't an active company.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely wild to think about. How many other entities can say that?
Video production entities? Not a lot.
Yeah, I'd wager to say almost none.
Lucasfilms,
Yeah,
but they're gone now. Kinda.
yeah,
Don't really
they're
like Star Wars anymore.
and they're not even the same kind of like they had their own, you know. I mean, they were essentially a video game company for the most part.
Yeah.
I truly don't think there's been anything like Rooster Teeth.
Nope.
Like-
And they were the company that everyone based it off of. Like,
You want to know something wild? You know, let me look up 2010 YouTube.
you remember when there were ads for Rooster Teeth on YouTube?
Yeah.
Man, that was a weird time.
Let's see. YouTube in 2010. So looking at it, there's things like Smosh, Machinima, you know.
Oh, Machinima! That's a blast from the past.
Yeah, dude. All like remember when just about every gameplay video opened up with the Machinima logo? Like that. Yeah, that's definitely a time long since past. But you know, all of this, all of those things. You know what else came out in 2010 on YouTube? The episode of Red vs. Blue where Tex fights all the Reds and Tucker. That episode came out in 2010. I didn't even realize that. That is one of the most fantastic pieces of animation.
Yeah.
Like, and it came out in a time when there was nothing like it. Nothing even comparable.
Monty Ohm, man.
Yeah, Monty Ohm, I mean, gosh. Truly, 2010 to 2015 was the heyday of Rooster Teeth.
Oh, yeah. Because
And-
you had Achievement Hunter started around that time.
Yeah, Achievement Hunter started in '08, and they were starting to pick up all their talent by then.
Yeah. Their Let's Play series was actually doing something.
Right. You had Fails of the Week and Horse and
Oh god,
Awu. Like,
Awu wasn't that big. Awu was one of those things where you kind of watched it just to get like video game news.
and that's true, but still, like, you remember when Awu ended?
Yeah.
Like, there was still a pretty significant importance to it. Yeah, Red versus Blue was incredible. Um, but you had, I mean, just so many incredible shows, and think about the talent that they had back then, the young talent.
Oh yeah,
Because
man.
we are now the age of most of those, Ray, Barb, uh, Lindsay, Carrie, Gavin, all that young talent that was around then.
That we're that age now.
Yeah. Whoa.
This is a Contemptor Dreadnought.
How'd he get so dirty?
Probably fighting the Tyranids. Actually, no, it's green, so probably the orcs.
Okay. Um. Yeah. So while Rooster Teeth is long since fallen off, it still is one of
It
those.
hurts.
Yeah. It's like,
A piece of our childhood has died.
yeah. And I will say too, major respect to Jeff. Uh, who was it? Was it Nicholas Diorio? I think his name is. Um, who's another content creator and fairly well known. Made a post about how about Jeff on Off Topic after they had those layoffs a few years ago,
Yeah.
when he came out and put it how it was, set things straight, said there is no excuse, like, and laid it out. He's like, I have never had so much respect for somebody having to tackle such an uh,
Yeah.
incredibly difficult moment. And the way he handled it was nothing but professional. And absolutely, after watching that over again, like, you could tell it wasn't like, because there's been such a thing recently with YouTuber apologies, and it'll be like, well, I may have shot a person and then violated their corpse, but I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, it's such a cliche thing now for a YouTuber apology, and they all suck. Like, YouTuber apologies are terrible. You can tell 90% of the time they don't actually regret what they did. They regret getting caught and everything.
I will never apologize for anything. I will tell you that right now. You can have my apology over my dead body.
I won't make a YouTuber apology video. I might just be like, oh, hey, yeah, my bad. But, yeah, Jeff tackling that, that I think is one of the premier things with Jeff. The way he handled that so incredibly. And you could tell there was so much emotion. He cared for every single one of those employees that lost their job in that layoff.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that is the gold standard for what an apology should be like, or an explanation, or anything. Absolutely. Yeah. And so, a final farewell to the company I once loved, and now
we both once loved.
Yeah, now has slowly faded into obscurity until its ultimate demise. But
you ever heard the old thing of the old poem that's Dying of the Light? Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Yes, I have.
Rooster Teeth, I feel, has definitely gone out with a whimper.
Absolutely. And, we can segue right out of it with a topic that I did want to talk about on this odd form of the podcast. When fans change the direction a show goes, or, changes the story of a media they are watching. Basically, fan input results in the story being changed.
No.
And
Oh, like The Walking Dead?
The Walking Dead, yeah, there's a couple examples, and oh shoot, I forgot what my good example was. Oh, yeah, Sonic. Sonic. We'll start off with the good example. Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm sure you all know the story. Back in what, 2021? I don't remember when the first movie released, but they at least started teasing the Sonic movie, and everybody was like, what on earth is that? Like, Sonic was hideous looking. And the internet basically just bullied the studio into
Bullied Paramount, by the way.
Paramount.
Not just any studio. Paramount.
Into fixing it and actually making what I think is one of the best video game movies ever made. Honestly, I think the two Sonic movies are high quality video game movies. Like, I mean, there's a lot of video game movies get a bad rap because of some bad attempts to make video game movies. There's quite a few that it's like, well, you know, you just can't make video game movies because they all suck. You know. But with the way Sonic played it, I think they did it right. Where it's fun, it's got stakes, but it's not taking itself too seriously. It's faithful to the original material without being an exact copy. Like, phenomenal job done with the Sonic movies. And I'm actually excited to see the third movie. Especially because Jim Carrey's coming back as Robotnik. So...
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
I thought he had retired.
He did. Initially, Sonic 2 was going to be his last movie, but he just decided to come out of retirement to play Robotnik again. I wonder if it's just because he loves the role so much, like he has so much fun with it, it's low stakes, you know.
That might be it, because he really doesn't have to do much, if that makes sense. It's not like you're actually acting when you're voice acting, and that's one of the things that I will die on that hill. You're not really acting, you're in a booth. Yes, you do have reads and everything,
well,
but
no,
voice acting...
He is acting.
Oh, wait, Sonic. Wow, I'm dumb.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I was like,
Dude,
what?
I have had a time here recently. And I almost got into a fight yesterday at work, so...
Okay.
Exterior armor. Isn't that back here, I believe? Oh, here it is.
Yes, posterior would be the back.
The booty. Yeah.
Booty.
I almost took a swing on my manager at work.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Maybe that's a story for a little bit later. But, yes, basically they bullied Paramount into fixing Sonic. And that's an example of fan input going well and actually fixing the product. Now, an example of fan input not going well, I think, is Ruby. A Rooster Teeth product. I thought you were
going to say Halo.
Halo, yes. But Ruby definitely is more egregious to me. And now, listen, this may just be biased because they botched the story with my favorite character.
Who's your favorite character?
Sun.
Oh.
I'll make it clear. Yes, Sun was my favorite character, and they had a great plot with him being set up, and they kind of took that from him, and I was upset about that. So perhaps this is just my own bias of my favorite character being screwed. And again, I have to also iterate, I haven't watched past season 5, so I don't know what happens.
I haven't watched past season 2, so you're okay.
Yeah. The first 3 seasons are great. Season 4 is pretty good, too. Season 5 was meh, and I was like, I can see this show going downhill.
When was the season after they did all the school fights?
What do you mean by all the school fights?
Like they had the different schools show up and they did all the fighting and stuff.
That was season 3.
Okay, then I watched season 3.
The fall of Beacon Academy.
Yes.
When
After that, I was just not interested anymore because they killed off my favorite character.
Which one was yours? Penny?
No. My favorite was Athena. Or whatever her name was.
Pyrrha?
Sword and Shield girl. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yep. That's fair.
And I just was like, why you gotta do that to me, dude?
Right.
Why you gotta hurt me like that?
And see, season 4 had an interesting plot because, John was in love with her. And now
Yeah.
a lot of season 4 is him dealing with the loss. So that season 4 was interesting and entertaining, I think, still quality. Season 5 was very meh. Like, you could tell they were getting a little mixed up in the story writing. Like, maybe it was after it was stuff Monty hadn't written, or maybe didn't flesh out as well. So the season 5 I did not like as much, and I haven't watched anything after that. But so the decision they made was they made Yang and Blake a couple. And that is, I guarantee you, entirely based on fan input. Because ever since the beginning of the show, they were doing the, shippers gonna ship. They were doing that Bumblebee, it's Blake and Yang. We need to ham-fist characters together. And then, I don't know how much you know about the way fan fiction and all of that stuff works, and the way some of these people
I
are
used
rabid.
to make you read it in high school.
Yeah, I know. People will legitimately ship Yang and Ruby, even though they're sisters.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just get it out of the way. Though that is terrible. I hate shippers and all that kind of fan fiction crap. It is so annoying to me. But anyways, through season 4 and
Okay, I want to say something. As a writer, fan fiction is good. I will agree. If you want to write fan fiction, write it. Just respect the source material.
well, and that's the problem. I've seen some good fan fiction that are like, oh, that legitimately fills some plot holes and asks some interesting questions, about the material. But most fan fiction is just like, I think these two characters should bang.
No, have you seen any of the stuff with Helldivers, like all the shorts and short stories that are going on with that?
Yes.
That's all fan made.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where dude, there's been some incredible fan-made Star Wars animations on YouTube that I highly recommend you watch, because I think they're more enjoyable than anything Star Wars has put out in the past at least 5 years, if not longer.
Did you already use the metal cleaner?
Yes.
Okay. No wonder it got cleaned so quick.
Yeah. But they were setting up for Sun and Blake to get together. They even had a whole thing where they go off together to Blake's home, meet her parents, they, fight by each other's sides. Like, it was creating a very nice dynamic between the two of them. Oh, yeah, tidbit. Season 4 of Ruby, the main cast splits up. So, Yang goes home to recover from losing her arm. Ruby is out adventuring, I don't remember what. Weiss goes home, and Blake goes home with Sun. So they each get their own alone time. Oh yeah, that's right. Ruby was with the remainder of team. I don't remember the team names. John, Nora, and Ren.
Oh yeah, she took what's her
Pyrrha
spot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate
right.
to say this, but the names from that anime are so unrememberable for me.
Yes,
I don't know why.
that's fair. And it's so funny. I still have to like think about the names a little bit, but there are some anime like I've watched that are just straight up Japanese names that I've had easier times remembering. Like I could tell you the names of all the characters from Yu Yu Hakusho, and those are all just straight up Japanese names. But
Yo-Yo Shakusho.
yeah, no, that is not at all. Like my favorite character in that was Kurama.
Okay.
And then there's...
Is that supposed to mean something to me?
I don't know. What? Oh, shoot. Alright, now I did forget. Kuwabara, that's what his name was.
Awibara? Okay.
Okay, not Kawibara, it was Kuwabara. But...
Okay, Capybara.
Sure. But, yeah, anyway... they have their own little time together and really started growing together. I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like, then all of a sudden it was just like, oh, actually Blake and Yang are lesbians, and they get together. It's like, huh? Oh yeah, see, they both had a thing against Adam because, you know, he tortured Blake in her past and he cut off Yang's arm, so, you know, they bonded. Like,
That's not how trauma bonding works.
that is not. Exactly. And I was like, you really, seriously...
Set up all of this for no reason.
You cucked my boy just to make a lesbian couple. Like, come on.
There's a plane. Whoa.
Yep. I hear the plane as well. But yeah, that irritated me so much, and then okay. I don't want people to get upset at me. There's a hilarious edit that was made because the one scene that I've seen from after I stopped watching is where Ruby has a mental breakdown and like blows up on her team. Well, one of the moments she's like, you know, been tasked with a bunch of responsibility, and then it seems like nobody else has been helping her. I got a brief synopsis of what happened and why she was having a mental breakdown, but she's as she's having this mental breakdown, she insults Blake and Yang. She's just like, oh, and congratulations, we're so happy for you. And somebody made an edit of Ruby saying a slew of incredibly homophobic things. And for some reason, it's so funny to watch. I don't know why. She's like, the pearly gates won't open for your kind. Oh, people are gonna tear into me.
I really hope that Lindsay actually did voice all of that.
No, definitely not. There's no way. I think it was all AI. They used AI to make the voice, but see, I thought it was funny just because I'm like, I'm very much a the autism's coming out. I'm very much a damn it.
You got my mouth.
Yeah.
Your turn now.
Proprietor of you can't take yourself too
Proprietor?
seriously. Uh, and I mean, it's why I make all the autism jokes. Like, because, yeah, you know what? Even if I do have autism, it does cause me problems. There's no point in me being like, oh man, I don't want anybody to joke about it because it hurts my feelings. Like, yeah, obviously, if somebody was being malicious about it, I'd be like, all right, chill, dude. But
They wouldn't have to deal with you. They would have to deal with me.
yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't. It takes a lot to actually bother me with stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna laugh at jokes making fun of people because, and I mean, it's just about not taking yourself too seriously. I call myself an idiot all the time. Like I tear into myself. I don't actually like hate myself or anything. It's just I mean, I'm not putting myself as too important or too, valuable to be made fun of. I'm just a guy.
But you're
So,
my friend.
yeah.
If you make fun of crumpets, you have to deal with Ghost.
Well, and see, there's certain amounts of like
And I'm not nice.
group when group is like pops into the chat and he's like, "Sup, furry." I'm like, that's an acceptable kind of like, all right.
I think I might have started that one though, so...
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, but you're mine to make fun of.
But yeah, if somebody popped in and be like, "Oh man, I hate you. I hope you off yourself." Like, be like, "All right, yeah, there's no place for that. You can go away." And that's the
Give me
thing.
a second.
I don't hate the Blake and Yang thing because they're lesbians. I hate it because it wasn't well set up and it just didn't make a lot of sense. And admittedly, because they messed up the story with my favorite character. But that's bias. Have to try and remove bias from the situation at least somewhat.
You can. Is this side done already?
I think most of it's done. We got a lot of small stuff.
I got all these stupid wheels.
But yeah, and there's been a lot of examples of fan input. Did you just sneeze?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Ow.
I couldn't tell because it was so far away from the mic that I.
Yeah, I
didn't...
tried to turn away from the mic to not blow your eardrums out.
I mean, thank you. I was just like, what was that? But
I sneezed the other day and bit my tongue, and it was the worst experience.
Oh, I've done that before. That's.
I was spitting out blood for about 22 minutes, and I was just so angry with myself because I was like, "You're joking me, right?"
Yeah, I've
because
done that.
I sit over a fucking sink.
I've not done it that bad, but I have absolutely sneezed and bit my tongue. I also embarrassingly it's probably one of the hardest I've laughed at me doing something stupid that actually like caused me issue. I was going to eat a powdered donut and I went to sneeze and I sucked in air right before I sneezed. So I inhaled a bunch of powdered sugar, coughed, then sneezed, and sent a cloud of powdered sugar all over my windshield and the inside of my car.
Oh, you poor child.
I was like, I can't do anything but laugh because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna get angry. Because I just lost my donut and I just painted the inside of my car.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
But yeah, I was reading. I was trying to find more examples because those are the only two I could directly think of.
Halo, except they've still not made it any good.
Right. Uh,
I
and I know you did want to talk about that too, so we can get to that next. Um,
What else is there to do?
um, but there was I was seeing a lot of examples of older TV shows, like uh, was it MASH? It was an old TV show where somebody came on. No, it was Star Trek Next Generation. Uh, that's right. Because the reason I remember is because I thought you might actually recognize it. There was one season where they replaced the Doctor that was on
Oh
the ship
yes.
with a different
Oh my
woman,
god.
and everybody who watched the show hated her, and apparently so did the cast. The cast didn't like working with her, so they pretty quickly brought the original Doctor back.
It took them like 2 seasons. Or 1 season, but she was definitely in one of the movies for sure. But yeah, nobody liked her. It's this gonna sound bad. Um, I did not mind her.
Okay, I
She
haven't
was
watched
one of
Next
those.
Generation, so
You're getting the stowed rods.
oh yeah, the
Yep.
Stone Rods are there too.
Um, she was not bad. She gave a really good foil to Captain Picard. Well, not a foil to Picard, more of a foil to Riker.
Okay,
Because she was much more by the books, where Riker was like, and is like, I'm a rebel against this. But
whoa,
I enjoyed her. I actually did not like Wesley Crusher at all. I hated him.
yeah, a lot of people don't like Wesley Crusher.
Like, no joke. At work, we still joke about that. Like, we'll be doing something and somebody will say something and somebody will yell, "Shut up, Wesley!"
Oh
And we're
boy.
all just cackling. All the old guys are cackling because the young people don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, see, it's funny. I have seen some of Next Generation. I just haven't sat and watched the whole thing through.
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. The biggest problem with Next Generation happens to be the person who started the show was not a very good writer.
Oh, okay. See, so
So
because
he
I've
was
seen
like,
some episode like where they infiltrate the Borg ship.
yeah.
I don't remember any of them too particularly well, except for one where Data got sent back to medieval times.
Oh, the Western Times.
Western
There's that
times.
one.
That's what it was. Yes. Yeah.
So basically, the original writer for the show was like, no one in the crew can have a problem with anybody else in the crew.
Yeah. So they all had to be buddy buddy.
Yeah, and it did not work. Like, Data and Worf should never get along, if you think about it.
Yeah. Worf is a Klingon, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, and that's what I at
That,
least have that cursory knowledge of the show because I have seen some of the episodes when, like, me and my dad would just be sitting there watching TV and Next Generation would be on. So, it'd be a random episode, whatever TV decided to show us.
yeah. I've watched all of it. I've watched a lot of Star Trek. I really enjoy Star Trek, though. I
Yeah,
prefer it to Star Wars, but that's me.
see, I still prefer Star Wars.
Yeah. I I don't have a problem with anybody who prefers Star Wars to Star Trek. I just prefer Star Trek to Star Wars.
Right. You're also not one of the, like, weird Star Trek fans because there are some elitist Star Trek
Weird.
fans.
Yeah, no. Like, I'll admit, Star Wars is a lot more fun than Star Trek.
and that's what I think. Like, Star Trek has been entertaining to me, but it's never been like Star Wars was a massive part of my childhood. Like,
Yeah.
between the, I mean, come on, man. I was 5 when Revenge of the Sith came out, and I have to tell you, okay, this is going to be an interesting story, actually. So, of course, the prequels were coming out when we were kids. We were very
Yeah.
young. Actually, I think Phantom Menace came out before I was born. So,
Came out in 90.
99.
Oh, 99?
It was
Oh,
99. Let me
that
actually
was the
check
first movie
that.
I ever went to. If it's in 99, that was the first movie I went to as a child.
1999. It came out 3 days before I was born.
So, do you think your parents went to the theater to watch?
Oh, my dad definitely did. 100% my dad did. Because, the first Star Wars movie came out when my dad was 7. So,
Oh,
he was one of the original Star Wars fans. But, so the prequels were coming out around that time. And, of course, I'd watched the prequels and was greatly entertained by them as a child. Well, my favorite character was Mace Windu. So, Attack of the Clones, and especially Attack of the Clones. He got a little bit more action.
yeah, you got love.
Yeah, so cool. And then, Revenge of the Sith comes along, and we're watching it in theaters. My whole family went to see it. My mom included, actually, joined us for it. And they fight Palpatine. Mace Windu dies, and I started bawling in the middle of the theater. My parents had to try and quickly calm me down, like it's okay, everything's all right. And I'm like, Mace Windu died. Like, I'm just inconsolable because my favorite Star Wars character just died right in front of my eyes.
And you were probably young enough where that they're gone forever. No, it's not a fake movie. This is Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars was so, like, it was one of the first non-video game things that I was super into, and of course I'll admit too, part of my reason for liking Mace Windu back then so much was because my favorite color was purple. So, naturally, my favorite color is purple, and then his lightsaber is purple. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing in the world. Like, he's the only one with a purple lightsaber. But yeah, that was hilarious. In hindsight, at the time, devastating. I was like, unbelievable. I was sad the entire way home. I'm pretty sure I was like pouting the rest of the day because I was upset that my favorite character died. Oh boy. I remember too, back in elementary school, I used to get made fun of for purple being my favorite color because it was a girl color. And I was like, at the time I was like, it's not a girl color, don't, like, of course, you're a child, so you just, people start making fun of you, and that young, you're like, I don't know how to handle this, other than, like, calling them stupid, or saying, nuh-uh, But then, as an adult, it's like, yeah, you want to call it a girl color? And?
Color of royalty.
Yeah.
Snatches.
Yeah, exactly. It's the color of royalty. And I mean, granted, yes, as an adult, no one's gonna go, "Oh, purple's a girl color."
No, they still do that.
Do they really?
Yeah.
See, I think
Yeah,
purple is
I
a cool
deal
color.
with it at work.
Really?
Somebody comes in wearing a pink shirt, they're getting made fun of to no end.
See, that's what
And
I
how
have a
know
pink
this-
shirt. I have a pink shirt, and nobody really makes a remark about it.
Well, I also work with a bunch of line cooks, so.
I mean, that's fair. But I mean, I even
Um,
had the pink shirt when I came into work, and I don't remember any of them really giving me crap about it.
Well, no,
maybe
you gotta understand, it's a lot. It's changed a lot because no one's gonna mess with you. When it's like you, me, our two bosses, and the counter person.
Well, okay, you want to say that, but you know, for the longest time, anytime something was dropped in that restaurant, the response was Spencer to make fun of me about getting injured, which I'd love to see their faces now that I have be like, hey, yeah, I have a genetic condition that makes me more likely to dislocate and, you know, injure
They're
myself.
gonna make fun of you more. They're gonna walk around you. They're gonna bring in bubble wrap and try and wrap you up.
No, but you gotta admit, there's gonna at least be a little bit of like, oh, it's not just you being clumsy. You legitimately have a health issue.
Yeah, it'll be like, well, darn it. We're still gonna make fun of you for it.
Yeah.
Because,
Well, and that's the thing.
you
like,
know how often I get made fun of for being colorblind?
yeah, I know. I make fun of you for being colorblind myself.
There was a 16-year-old at work making fun of me for being colorblind. And I was like, I'm not taking this from somebody who was born after the prequels of Star Wars.
You see, my response would have been like, "You're literally a fetus. Shut up."
I was like, I will have respect for you when you see the towers fall on 9/11. And she was like, oh yeah, we've seen that. I'm like, in video. We watched it live.
Oh boy.
If I remember right, this one's a pain in the ass to finish cleaning.
Yeah, I could see that. Um.
Yeah, no, they may. So I also found out I have a pink shirt, or I think what they call it, salmon.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And one of the girls kept making fun of me for it. I'm like, I'm colorblind, and she goes, "Oh, that sucks. Do you need somebody to help you pick out your clothes in the morning?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up. I'm not dealing with you. Don't come at me with that."
See, it's funny they make fun of you for being colorblind, and then I had a hilarious moment. I was practicing my pixel art, for making our game, and then I tell Eli like, "Hey, does the shading look good on this?" And he's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Dang it, you're colorblind. You suck." Like even someone you've been around for too long now, still occasionally forgets that you're incapable of seeing different colors.
You know what's even funnier? There are certain people who won't forget, and they'll take color questions to the next person in line, like standing there. They're like, "Ah, yeah, what do you think about this?" I was like, "Thank you, somebody who remembers." Or like, I get called over, "Hey, what do you think of this paint color?" I'm just like, "What?"
I remember when they were painting the restaurant, they did that to you. They were like, "What do you think of this color, Eli?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, it's red." And they're like, or no, it's blue. And they're like, "It's not blue, it's purple." And you're like, "No, it's blue. That's blue."
Oh, I'm Oh, I upset the owner's wife real bad with that one.
Yeah, and it's like see that's the thing. I'll do it intentionally sometimes too. I'll just be like, "Hey Eli, what color is this?" And you'll be like, "I hate you." But yeah, she got like legitimately angry that you were like, "No, that's blue." And even after it was reiterated multiple times that you were colorblind, she was still like,
Not having it.
yeah. Like, well, stop being colorblind so you can tell me what it looks like.
Okay, pay for my glasses then. I don't have that money. Well, then you're gonna get colorblind Eli. He's a lot more fun, don't you know?
Oh, boy. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, too, my one pink shirt is from a marathon, from the Bucks marathon. Yeah. So, like, anytime I have had a couple of people try and poke fun at me, like, oh, you're wearing a pink shirt. And I'm like, yeah, I got it from running a 5K. Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh.
Have you run a 5K? No? All right, then shut up.
I've run 5Ks. I used to run a lot, though.
Yeah, you used to be actually athletic.
Yeah, back when my legs work, I moved when I ran.
Oh, I have something interesting to tell you about. So Eli had joked around about, I don't know if joked around, you might be serious, but, coming and joining me at my place of work, which I work at a retail store. I won't say which one, but I'm a stalker at a retail store. So Eli has non-functioning knees. So I was like, you better get those knees better if you actually are even considering that. And so I wanted to take a measurement of how many steps I take in a day. So in a day, which I did forget to start this until like an hour into my shift, so 4 hours, I took... oh, don't tell me you didn't save it. Oh, 6,301 steps.
Okay.
In 4 hours. On a slow day.
Yeah. That's nothing.
That's nothing when your knees function.
No, I normally get close to 12,000 steps on a Friday.
Okay. Are some of those 12,000 steps dragging 2,000-pound pallets?
How about lifting 100 pounds over my shoulders and walking with it?
Okay. Once again, I do that fairly regularly.
Yeah, but see, that... I could probably do it, I just would be slower.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing. They will criticize you if you're slower.
I don't care.
Although, you probably wouldn't end up in the same department as me because we just hired somebody else. You know, who took
no,
my
what's
Wednesdays.
going to happen if I go and interview there? They're going to stick me in the kitchen. Or in the deli section and be like, good luck. And I'm going to be like, I tried to get out of this.
No, actually, they won't stick you in the deli because they won't consider, even though you've been in kitchens since you were 15,
yeah.
They will say you're not properly trained with a slicer.
I've probably used a slicer more than their kitchen guys have.
Yeah, but
It's
you
the
weren't
funniest
trained
part.
by Costco, so well, I guess I just revealed where I work. Hey guys, I work at Costco, since I just accidentally blurted that out. I'm so freaking stupid.
Yes, you are. But we love you.
Oh boy. All right. Cut it. Cut that. Cut that out. I actually can do that. I just don't know if I care. But yeah, no. You weren't trained by them, so you actually don't know anything. I'm not joking. Like if you got forklift certified elsewhere, they'll be like, oh well, you didn't get forklift certified here, so that means nothing. So it doesn't matter that you've been using a slicer since,
Before I should have ever touched a machine like that.
right, yeah. For literally a decade now, you have been using a slicer. Doesn't matter.
Stop saying it! It makes me feel so bad. It hurts, man. Because you're not the only one saying it either. They're like, yeah, Eli's been on the lines for a decade now, and he's still going better than some of you guys. It's like, ow.
Oh boy.
When I had a guy come up to me and go, Eli, he's been in the restaurant industry since he was 16, and he's 40 now. He's like, I got 24 years of experience, and you're at 10, which means we have this enough experience that we're already a 35-year-old. And I was like, ow. Ow.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I've been working in retail for 6 total years now. Because I did take a brief stint to work in a restaurant for 2 years, unfortunately.
You say unfortunately, but we had a lot of fun.
Not that retail's much better. Yeah, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like
I'm just getting paid more. That's all. So if people want to hear my philosophy, the amount I'm being paid is directly proportional with the amount of BS that I'm willing to tolerate.
Don't look at me. I've dealt with so much. It's not even fun.
Yeah, I know. But that's the way I've always treated it. So it's like, yes, I had a lot of fun working at the restaurant with you. But when...
Actually, a whole bunch of people were asking about you recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
One of the guys was like, you actually worked with him. He was the first pizza guy we hired.
Oh, okay.
He was like, hey, how is he doing? And I'm like, oh, he's doing good. He's doing this. And he's like, oh, yeah, last thing I had heard, he had gotten hurt, right? I'm like, yeah, he's better now. And he goes, cool. He's a fun kid. Real funny.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I also told him where to find you on YouTube, so he might actually watch some of your content.
Oh, man.
Yeah, everyone who asks about you, I just send them to your YouTube channel.
Well, yeah, but I worked there for 2 years, and it was like, I definitely, dude, I mean, that was a lot of fun, and I'd love to work with you again. You and Alex. Like,
Yeah.
the time when it was the 3 of us, I don't know how that place didn't burn down. Because...
Well, it's always, the 3 of us, it's just gonna be joke after joke. We're just gonna have fun. If work gets done, work's gonna get done, but we're gonna do it so quick so we can just futz around and do nothing.
Exactly. But, yeah, so when I get paid more than double where I'm working now, like, that was something I had to do.
No joke, dude. No one has ever held it against you at that restaurant. They're like, nah, that makes sense. Go get that money.
Right. And it's like, you know what? I don't need to be rich, but I'd like to survive. Like, yeah. Let's be real. And there ain't no shot they can pay me the same amount that I'm making.
I could take you to a restaurant where you'd get paid the same amount.
Yeah, but I'd probably want
You
to
wouldn't survive.
end my life. Yeah.
Actually, you'd probably be making more money because you would be in overtime every single week.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. Funny enough, my boss actually was like, "Hey, do you want to work longer hours for the rest of the week?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so he scheduled me 8 hours for the rest of the week. 8 hours a day for the rest of the week.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." I haven't had an 8 hour shift since I came back from injury, so. Um,
Uh, hey, it's also funny when you compare that to restaurants where I'm like, oh, an 8-hour shift? That's a half shift.
right. Well, and that was the thing too. Like, they will not let you go into overtime unless they absolutely need you. Like, I've
Yeah.
gone into overtime once working at this place, and I've been here for almost 3 years. I
Oh, and
worked a
restaurants,
12-hour
you go into
shift.
overtime every week.
I was gonna say, I worked a 12-hour shift, 10 to 10, driving, and I was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I made a lot of money in tips, but gosh dang, was that unbelievably infuriating. Because, I'd been kept on for a couple of 9-hour shifts, and, like, hey, we just need you to stay an extra hour because of whatever. Somebody had to go home, somebody, whatever. But that day in particular, I remember being pissed because I was supposed to be like 10 to first.
Yeah, which is like 10 to 8.
10 to 8, yeah.
Which is still a 10-hour shift, but you're supposed to get a break in the middle of it, yada yada.
But also, typically, it's even been like 10 to 7, 10 to,
Yeah.
So, it was like, yeah, okay, I'm expecting an 8 to 9 hour shift with my break. When they started sending people home before they sent me home was whenever I started getting pissed. It was like, this guy came in at 2 and he left at 7. Why am I still here? That was when I started getting angry.
I mean, it's nothing till you've worked an 18-hour shift.
Stay away from me.
Oh man, that was a fun shift. Got to the restaurant at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, that was by your own volition, though. You did that every day. This man would wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, drive into the restaurant long before anyone else got there. I would come in at 10 as the second person. He'd be there at like 6, sometimes earlier, and I'd be there at 10. And he's just like, oh yeah, I got most of the prep work done. I'm like, alright, that's cool. What am I supposed to do for the next 2 hours? And,
company.
And then he would stay there until 10 or 11 at night. Go home, go to bed, wake up, go back to the restaurant. I'm like, dude.
You know what's even funnier? I have actually worked an 18-hour shift at other restaurants, and where I was scheduled for 18 hours, and the first response I got was, we're so sorry, we just don't have enough people. And it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I was working at one restaurant that decided to do a brunch into a long day on a Saturday. And so I was at that restaurant at 4 in the morning, setting up.
Jeez.
Like, I was like, so you scheduled me at 4, but I'm the only person here at 4. How am I getting into the restaurant? And they just handed me a key to the restaurant. They had known me for like less than a month, and they're like, here you go, have fun. I'm like, you're joking me, right?
Oh boy.
Elvis plate. Yeah, and then I didn't. Oh, I don't even remember when I left. That was a long day because they scheduled me to close as well, and I was just like, ew.
Yeah, let it be known, kids, don't go into the restaurant industry if you value
Or
your health and sanity.
well, the restaurant industry is made for very specific people, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You get that piece?
Trying to. There
It
is.
goes. Patch railings, okay. I think it's all up here.
Of course. Stuck? Okay.
I fell.
Unnoticed.
But yeah, restaurants are just different.
My favorite thing that I still go back to reference is the restaurants are like jump scare horror and retail is like psychological horror,
Oh yeah.
and that is absolutely the case.
There
There
it
we
is.
go.
New job available. But yeah, it's rough. This is the one I did not finish yet.
This is the last job.
Yep.
All right.
And you will see why.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
This carries 100 Space Marines.
How?
How?
I mean, Space Marines are fairly large, aren't they?
Yeah, but go stand next to it.
I am standing next to it.
Look how tall you are compared to it. You're smaller than its foot.
Yeah, I understand that, but aren't Space Marines larger than me?
Yes. Space Marines are like 2.5 meters tall.
So how does this
If
thing
not
fit
more.
100 of them?
It's either 100 or 60. I can't remember. I've never played with one of these before. Mainly because they're like 700 points on the tabletop and $900.
Yikes. Didn't you have something else you want? Oh yeah, the Halo show.
It sucks, don't watch it. They killed Captain Keyes.
Alright, that was fairly concise.
And they killed a Spartan and made it like, oh, it's super sad that a Spartan died.
Did they at least
Which,
go,
yeah, okay.
no, the Spartan isn't, the Spartan is MIA.
No.
Because Spartans never
They
die.
didn't.
Well, yeah, it's beyond
They're like,
salvaging.
oh, we need to have a funeral for him, and everyone's like, John and Dr. Halsey are like, no, Spartans never die. He's MIA.
Okay, so they at least had somebody say it.
Yeah, and then they're like, no, that's not how things work here. And it's like, Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, though I will say this, they had a really cool scene. A really sad but really cool scene.
What's that?
So they introduced a minor character who was a failed Spartan.
Okay.
He had gone blind due to the thing, and the Covenant attack Reach, and he's actually out there fighting them. But they just handed him a gun, and it happened to be a grenade launcher, and he's like, I can hear yous out there. I'ma find you. As he's launching grenades into positions. And then, like, his family gets killed due to the attack. And he's like, I got nothing left. And they're like, come on, dude, we gotta get to the base. He goes, no, I will get you guys there. I just can't come with you any further. And he takes a bandolier of grenades and just runs at a wraith.
Oh.
And it's like, that man's a hero.
It's like Forge. I love Lieutenant Forge.
Lieutenant Forge?
So, isn't it Lieutenant?
No, it's Sergeant Forge.
Sergeant. Okay, yeah, wrong rank.
Or Captain Forge. I can't remember. It's not a lieutenant.
Okay. Yeah, fighting and killing an arbiter.
Not just any arbiter, either.
Right. Like, the most dangerous arbiter.
Yeah, because that elite was a thug. That they were like, you'll do better as this. Coming. And they basically used him as, like, go get rid of these people who are causing problems. And that's the Arbiter before the one that hangs out with Master Chief.
Thelvadam?
Yeah.
Surprised I actually remembered his name.
Actually, it's kind of funny because,
Greg Miller?
playing this, so I've been getting so many questions about who my favorite Primarch is.
Oh, yeah?
From, like, co-workers, because apparently they hired a bunch of people who play Warhammer, and they know me as the guy who knows the most about Warhammer.
I mean...
So they keep asking me who my favorite Primarch is.
And who's your answer?
I go, depends on the time frame. And they're like, no, we just want one concise answer. I'm like, listen, you gotta have respect for Robot Girly Man. But no, he can't hold that spot. And Lionel Johnson, if they would have kept him the same as he was in the Horus Heresy, he would have been a lot cooler in the 41st millennia.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, here's the thing. You have... I'll explain this one because you'll understand this one very well. You have two of the brothers. You have Lionel Johnson and you have Lehman Russ.
Mm-hmm.
Lehman Russ was
Attorneys
known
at law.
as the... Yes. Lehman Russ was known as the Emperor's Executioner.
Okay.
Because if there was ever a problem and the Emperor wanted it to be an example, he would send Lehman Russ. But Lehman Russ hated that job. He's like Space Vikings.
Okay.
And then you have Lionel Johnson, who... So Lehman Russ is a man pretending to be a monster. And then you have Lionel Johnson, who was the first Primarch, who had no other name than what he's currently called, the Flawed Knight. This man would be sent to go kill things that the Emperor was like, humanity can't even know about this, just go deal with it. And he very much was a monster pretending to be a man.
Alright.
And, like, yeah, I understand, like, they want to have the lion not kill off a bunch of his sons nowadays because they're very not good. But still, it's like, the lion was way cooler when he would just be like, okay, yeah, Father, I'll go eradicate all the Eldar children. No questions asked, no questions asked, no answers needed. I'll just go do it. Who cares? But my answer here lately has been Perturabo as my favorite Primarch.
Okay. Once again.
The most human
No
of the
clue.
Primarchs.
Oh, Blood Angels.
Oh, yes. You've read it. I was like, how... Man, you guessed that one really well. I was about to be like, man, I'm kind of impressed. No, you just read it.
That's
I actually think you would really like the Blood Angels.
hilarious, though, that coincidence. That's great.
I think you would like the Blood Angels or the Salamanders.
I mean, yeah, salamanders are pretty cool. I like lizards.
Well, they're called salamanders because there were dragons on their homeworld.
Dragging these
called-
nuts across your face. Oh, got him.
Can I go home now?
It'd be really funny if we just didn't say anything for the rest of the stream. After that, like, make that joke and there's just dead silence as we're cleaning.
Dead air. What was the Smosh video that was like 13 hours long?
I don't remember. I was never really a Smosh fan. I didn't watch too much Smosh.
Well, they had this idea for a video that lasted really long, and it was a music video, but at the end of the song, instead of just wrapping up the song, they just had them walking outside and like just walking next to each other, not saying anything to each other. For like 12 hours.
That is pretty funny.
And they said it was the graph of how long viewership was on it was really high in the beginning and then just dropped off.
Oh, yeah. I'm fairly certain the Game Grumps did something stupid like that, where they made a song. It was our house, in the middle of our house, in the middle of our house, in the middle of our house, for like 15 minutes. And it was just literally a video of a door opening on a house and then a new house coming up, and that door opening, and then you go through it and a new house shows up. Like, it was so dumb, but you could tell at least a decent chunk of people watched it. Oh, I ran out of.
Are you using all the spray again?
I might have. I love stupid stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that we had that we had wanted to talk about this week?
Oh, yes. Yes. Another Halo thing, actually.
Oh. Oh, yeah, the
Halo
tabletop.
miniature game.
Yeah.
I was very surprised when I saw the trailer for it. I was like, this is not what I was expecting.
I forgot to go back and watch the trailer.
I'm concerned about it.
How so?
Because the way that they're presenting it looks like it's gonna be like a 4-man roster.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna play quick play basically. But on tabletop.
Quick play, like
Oddball, capture the flag, that stuff.
Oh.
Slayer. But I don't know how they're going to translate those things into
A board game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, like, I understand deathmatch or yada yada. Like, you have to kill as many of your opponents as you can, yada yada. But then it's like... Well... Are we gonna get to pick up new guns, or do you have to, like, equip your guns before you go out? Because then I'm just gonna equip everyone with rocket launchers.
Right.
Every single round.
Unless they have some sort of system that's like, well, yeah, the rocket launcher's nice, but you only get 4 shots, so you're going to need more than 4 shots, you know. So while having one person with rocket launchers would be nice, you do want somebody with, like, a battle rifle or, you know,
yeah, I'm just concerned about how they're going to do the game, because the miniatures they also showed look like they come fully painted, and I'm like, no, those are going to get repainted 1.5 million times.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They wasted effort.
Yeah, it's like, just give us the sprue, and we will paint them in amazing detail, and then take pictures of them for you to use.
Yeah, and then if you want, you can have the pre-painted ones that you can sell for the people who don't really paint miniatures, like me.
Yeah.
And who don't want to pay somebody to paint miniatures, because that could get really expensive too.
I mean, you can always just go, hey, Eli, can you paint me up a squad?
Yeah, I know. I've done that to you before. I've had you paint a D&D
yeah.
miniature before.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what if I buy the Tarask? And you're like, I will kill you.
Okay, actually, I can do it now because I actually own an airbrush to make it a lot smoother.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem, is I've been hand painting every miniature.
Yeah, I can see how an airbrush would make that much easier.
Yeah, once you start getting into bigger items, it starts to become a problem. Like when I stream painting my miniatures here soon, that's gonna be a rough time because I only have enough plugs for the camera and the light, so I'm gonna have to do it without an airbrush. I have to paint 2 tanks, but I've been working on ways to make that easier. We're already 30% there.
Yeah, dude. We're zipping and zooming.
The Blood Angels will never falter. The sons of Sanguinius.
If you want to play something else later, I've got things I need to do, so I'll have to.
How late?
I don't
Because
know.
I think me and Alex are going out to play Kill Team.
Oh, okay. Oh, never
And
mind then.
I've been wanting to play with miniatures for
Are
a while.
are you going to the store that we go to normally?
Uh, Let me ask him really quick.
Because I might join you even if I don't play, just to hang out.
I do have to bring terrain. It's been a while since I've had to pack up a bunch of terrain.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also the box is coming for the Halo game is for terrain for live fire, is what they're looking like.
Oh, okay.
So like you build live fire the map. It's like, okay, that's interesting because I will just use that terrain for Warhammer as well,
Of course.
and stop using aquarium stuff.
I was just gonna say, I was looking at buying aquarium stuff to use for D&D, but the problem with D&D as compared to Warhammer is with D&D being hex based, it's harder to use stuff like that because you actually have to have, unless you're just using like arches and stuff to make obstacles, you can't really have a platform unless you can make the grid on it.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of people starting to do D&D combat gridless.
That could be interesting. It might be worth a try.
And like every inch is 5 feet of movement, basically.
So you're basically just adopting the Warhammer.
Uh, kinda. Kinda. It, or there, except the guy was European, so he was like, every 5 centimeters is this. And it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
now. Yeah, freedom fractions forever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't use the metric system here.
The metric system didn't put us on the moon.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I will argue to the death, even if the metric system is better in most facets, Fahrenheit will always be superior to Celsius. Because
I prefer to use Kelvin.
Yeah, of course. Shut up, idiot. Um,
Celsius is based on water.
Celsius is how
Fahrenheit
water
is...
feels. Fahrenheit is how people feel.
Yes.
So it's like, of course, you know what? Use Celsius if you're using something with water. But don't tell me that it's, 32 degrees Celsius outside. You know what? When I hear 32 degrees, I think freezing. It's because 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing. It's annoying. Basically, America's better, and we should we should use all of America's measurements.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm sweating like crazy.
Like a whore in church.
Was not expecting that out of you, but okay.
What? What?
Oh, you've been doing that little wing. Okay.
Why are you so surprised?
Wasn't expecting that out of you. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
But yes, I am sweating like a whore in church.
You've never heard me say that before?
No.
Wow, really? I mean, it's not exactly a phrase I use often, but I have used it before.
Yeah, but Spencer, we have also been friends for how long? How many of our phrases have changed over the years?
14 years. Gosh dang.
How many of our catchphrases have changed over the years?
A lot. But I've been using sweating like a whore in church for a while.
Yeah, but we only really hang out once a week and then whenever we stream together.
Yeah. Once a week is more than some people hang out.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for it. But still, we hang out and we all sit on our phones because there's more than just us two there.
Yes. Which I was okay. I wanna run this by you. I was thinking about trying a new method of D&D combat to kind of try
Go
and
ahead.
prevent people from sitting on their phones. I saw it suggested, and I was like, I don't know if that'll work, but I kind of want to see. So rather than doing turns like we do now, you do you basically do everybody's turn all at once. And
Yeah.
you all get to pick who does what first. So the only initiative that will be rolled is like
Party versus
enemy. Yeah. And then all of you, like, you can say, well, hey, I've got this thing that's going to work really well right now. So I need to use this right now. Let me go
We're
first.
using the MCDM combat stuff.
Well, see, the MCDM is back and forth.
Okay.
Player, enemy, player, enemy. This is all the players go and then all the enemies go. And I don't know if it'll work. And I saw a lot of people in the posts about it saying, no, it didn't work for my group. We just went back to normal combat. But I figured we'd try it because it might minimize that, people just sitting on their phones.
Okay, I understand that I'm one of the worst with it.
I mean, but not really, because everybody does it.
Yeah, but I'm always on my phone from the time we get there because I'm just like, I kinda know exactly what I'm going to do when it happens. Like, there's not much that changes what I do per turn.
Right.
Because, like,
Dang it.
okay, with my last character, yes, I actually had to pay attention.
With Alice.
Yeah. But she was a doozy because, like, I had to, like, play support and do a bunch of other things. But now I'm just kind of like, I'm just here, guys. I'm not at the point where druids really matter.
Not yet.
Eventually I will become unstoppable, but I'm not unstoppable now, so it's okay. So yes, I understand I'm the problem.
But it is everyone, including myself. I have a tendency to get distracted on my phone. I always try and pay attention to what everybody else is doing. But I mean, I even get distracted.
Well, to be fair, our
quite
group
often.
is very simplistic in what we do. Like, we're not gonna go have a massive, like, one-man journey by ourselves because we're not that dumb. We don't trust our DMs that much.
Right.
Mainly because you're playing a serious campaign. We're playing a serious campaign for yours, and you guys have built up the legacy that I'm a really tough DM.
Well, I mean, especially compared to me.
The shoe fits, Eli.
Because, I mean, you have to admit, through my whole first campaign, I was very, very nice.
Oh yeah.
Even with some of the more difficult fights, I was fairly nice. The only reason anyone died was because of Justin.
Or their own stupidity.
Yeah, exactly. So, it was like,
I think you had one player kill the entire time.
that was actually just me.
Yes.
Let's see.
Final fight, Gunther.
Yes. Yep.
The rest.
But even then, he got revved.
Yeah.
By you, I think.
No, by Melvin.
Melvin,
Alex.
that's right. Yeah. Thank you, finally. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because, let's see. Ronan was my first kill.
No, you didn't kill him.
Well, the first person to die in my campaign.
But you weren't the one who killed him.
Nope. I put the monster in front of you, and it was spewing out acid, and people kept attacking it, even after Ronan went down.
Yep, Justin killed Ronan, and then Justin killed 8, and then...
Who 8 was brought back.
That was a really tough one. When we were sitting at the rules for Ronan, I was just like, I don't think I come back here, guys.
No. Since you were a Redead? No. Redead's
Reborn?
Reborn. I was going to say Redead's Legend of Zelda.
I was just like, okay, that's it. Peace out.
Yeah, that was... Everyone was rather sad about that one.
I think the person who was most sad about that one was Justin, even though he killed me.
Yeah.
He's like, ah, man, that's so sad. Why did I have to do that? It's like, you could have stopped.
That's what was so funny. Wait, what?
Ronan was so cool.
Oh.
What?
You can move the wings.
Yeah. Did you not know that?
No.
Oh, damn it.
And then, of course, this campaign, I killed somebody in the first session.
Oh, yeah, well...
Although, once again, due to their own stupidity.
I was trying to save them, too.
I know. But it was their own fault. They wouldn't move, and I was like, I told you I'm not pulling punches.
Listen, you haven't had a TPK first session before, though.
No.
I have.
Although I did beat you guys down in that first session.
I mean, I was hurting, but...
So was Willie.
Yeah.
So was Willie.
But no, I got a TPK once first session.
Jeez.
Which technically wasn't my fault. Because I gave the players a choice of what they were going to fight.
And they chose poorly.
I was like, listen, I rolled. I will re-roll, or you guys can fight a pack of Velociraptors. They're like, well, what CR is the Velociraptors? And I'm like, they're CR 1/2. And they're like, how many? I'm like, 4d6. They have 6 hit points apiece. And They're like, that we can handle that. Immediately got stomped on because the Velociraptors had pack tactics.
Yeah, and action economy.
I ran them in groups too. I didn't even just have a one at a time. And they were not happy with me because I just kind of closed the book and said, okay, that's it. You guys are dead. They really... That was the moment I realized, ooh, I might be a mean DM.
Right. Yeah, because I bailed out 8. Because you weren't there for that fight. So...
Wasn't I sick?
No,
I
you
was
were
on vacation.
You were on vacation. So they had a druid who replaced you for that fight, an NPC druid. And
I even offered to call in for that fight.
Right. But then you ended up calling in like too late. Like they were already done with the fight by the time you called in.
Oh yeah, because time difference.
Right. But the druid ended up using resurrection on him to bring him back, and I was like, I'll let Finn. This is his first character he's ever played in D&D. I'll allow him to bring them back, and it was just instead of as a warforged, it was as a half elf.
Yep, and that led to a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was like, that, you know what, it's my first campaign, I want people to have fun, I want to get used to running D&D.
Second campaign, I want no one to have fun.
I want everybody to be in pain. Okay, I want to know what you think of the Jester so far.
Oh, I don't... Dude, I don't care at all. He does not bother me one bit. Me as a player find him hysterical.
Right, but...
My character does not like him.
Yeah. And see, that's kind of what I'm aiming for, and I'm gonna make you guys hate him. Like, you...
Yeah, so it just does not understand why he thinks he's funny. He's like, you're not funny. Leave me alone.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah, and the Jester's like trying to get him to talk and give up his friends, and he's like, no, I'm just gonna make fun of you the entire time.
Yeah, no, the next encounter with him is gonna be fun. I'm ready for that.
I can't wait to stomp on his dead body.
Okay.
Okay, that piece is done. Where are you? Oh, you got a whole wing almost done.
Yeah. What's up, KJ? How's it going? How are you doing on this fine day? Ah, I fell.
Hey, your chat. I'm all alone over here in my chat. That's fine.
You new here? Yeah, I haven't. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. Dude, I've been talking with you and not paying attention to the chat, and I didn't even notice that Shadow City was here too. What's up, Shadow City? What is this thing we're cleaning again, Eli?
This is a Thunderhawk.
Thunderhawk. That's what we're cleaning in Shadow City.
It is a Blood Angels Thunderhawk.
Yep. I can be your Angle or your Devil. Yeah, well,
I don't want you to be either of those.
Well, welcome, KJ. Welcome to the madness. This
isn't madness.
This is Sparta! Okay. I don't know if that's what you're going for, but...
Not at all, but...
Sweet.
I'm glad somebody took it there.
yeah, I don't understand the Warhammer lore. So Eli knows what
I
all of this is.
really easy. Big gold dude had 20 sons.
You've already
Big
lost
gold
me.
dude, very bad dad.
Oh, thank you for the sub, KJ. I
Big
appreciate
gold
it.
dude makes all sons angry at him.
If you have a Discord, I've got a link in the description for a Discord that I post my weekly schedule in.
I do
It's
as well.
it's been a
Except
little.
mine's
Yeah, this is Eli. He's got a channel as well. He's streaming right now.
yo.
Go Sky Official. I forgot to put him in the Discord because I'm stupid.
I completely
Er,
forgot to
in
put
the
you
Discord, in the description. Yeah. Yeah, this game just released this Warhammer DLC like a week ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've recently had a little bit of a scramble in my schedule because of work, but you know, we're working around it.
I'm not.
Eli's channel is Ghost Guy Official. Is there a link for it in the Discord? Hold on.
Hold up. There's about to be.
I legit because it's Ghost Guy in all caps, right? With no spaces.
Yeah. Share channel. Copy channel ID. It's in the... Nope. That's not what I wanted to do.
Just post it in general.
Yep. And that was... Here. No. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, I watched it pop up on my other monitor.
Yep. Now I have to go to your channel. I can't post links in your thing.
No, you can't.
Paste.
Oh, why am I cleansing
There's-
dirt when I should be cleansing heretics? Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, Shadow City, you like Warhammer. Let me run up to Eli so you can see. They actually have a unique character model.
Where are you? Ah, there you are. Where's Skatari?
I don't know what that means. Yep.
Ugh, ow.
I
had these headphones on for too long.
I appreciate this game's bonus content like this.
Yeah.
Like even not being a Warhammer fan all that much, like the Final Fantasy one, the Tomb Raider one, Back to the Future, those have all been really good.
This one is also very good. They actually did a lot of it very well. And I love some of the comments on, like, the Lehman Russ tank. Those were pretty funny. Like, the little messages you get.
Oh, yeah, I don't get any of those since I'm not the host.
Oh. It's like, hey, don't listen to the tank captain. He's crazy.
Crazy? I was crazy
I was
once.
crazy once.
They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room.
Just,
A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats make
I
me
don't
crazy.
know why I started this.
Crazy? I was
I
crazy
hate my
once.
life.
Why can't I pick up?
Oh. Percent of the way there.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, make it I swear.
Hello?
This is humor me and my friends have. I love it. I'm glad you appreciate it. That's literally all this channel has been, is just dumb humor.
Yeah.
I don't have any
And
grand
then,
aspirations of taking off or anything. Like, just like I want to have stupid fun.
Mine, there's a lot of screaming.
Ah! Yes, you have had a lot of screaming, but you're also. I mean, I've had some angry moments, like when I tried to do Legendary Infinite.
Not even. Oh, was it that bad for you?
Oh my gosh, dude, I got so mad. As soon as I got out into the open world. It started with the boss fight, Tremonius.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. I was like, this isn't fun. This is not fun at all. Like,
Did you use the needler?
yeah, it didn't work. I mean, actually, I think it did end up working between I don't remember how I killed him, but where did my brain go? Oh, once I got out into the open world, the first outpost Tremonius was fine, but then when they dropped me off, I tried to pick up one of the forward operating bases, and I would walk up and just get insta-sniped by an elite. Like, turn, headshot, dead, start over. And so I'd come at a different angle. Turn, headshot, dead, start over. I'm like, okay, let me try and sneak up. Turn, headshot, dead, start over. Like, I was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. This is stupid. I didn't even get to the tower. I was like, screw it. This is amazingly infuriating. And I refuse to do another legendary run of a Halo game.
Not even a lasso run with me?
What do you mean, not even a lasso? I can't beat normal legendary. What do you expect from me?
Fair enough.
Oh my gosh. Like, I might be willing to attempt the original Halo again, because from something I did see, Truth and Reconciliation is the most difficult level of that run. Just because of certain sections like the holdout and, you know, the sniper not being super easy to use like it is in other Halo games. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll try it. But the library and Two Betrayals still scare me.
Oh, wait. That's right, I played through OG Halo and Legendary.
There are
That's right,
skulls.
I forgot
Shadow City, there's one right there, there's one right there. Unless you're talking about actual human skulls littering everything. He said it's a Warhammer setting, there should be skulls everywhere.
It's blood angels, though. They like the blood. They're space vampires.
Fair enough.
They're not blood for the blood god, skull for the skull throne.
Milk for the cornflakes.
Even though he... Well, yeah. What?
Thank you, KJ.
Man.
You see, you know what's so funny? It's an interesting dichotomy, and I'd like to look into it. The breakdown of, like, I'm someone who enjoys difficult games. Like, I mean, that's evidenced by the fact that I play Dark Souls and all those, you know, Hollow Knight, any of those kind of games. I enjoy when a game is difficult, and I will even go to extra lengths to make a game like that more difficult, because I enjoy it. And, you know, but I do not enjoy Halo Legendary whatsoever. I mean, the first 2 levels of the original Halo were fine. I don't ever want to touch Halo 2. You know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Like, I've heard Halo 3 is the easiest to beat on Legendary. And I feel like I could beat Reach on Legendary.
Oh, yeah.
But Reach is also the one I've played the most. Yeah, Lasso. See, and I was even fine with Lasso until we got stuck in that room for literally 50 minutes. Like, it was almost a full hour that it was literally just spawn, die, start over in that room. Spawn, die, start over in that room. I was ripping my hair out by the end of that. Especially because we'd go for, like, it might have been actually longer than that. I don't even remember. Because I just know we'd finally get out of there. We'd kill all the elites, and then we'd be fighting the hunters. And it was like, can we please get a checkpoint? Can we please get a checkpoint? Can we please get a checkpoint? One of us gets blown up. We restart all the way back at the beginning. I'm like... like... My anger was palpable.
Yeah. I know. The funny part was I was still having a great time.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. That's what's so funny.
I had a great time
like,
during that.
You're sitting there like, you know, playing through Lasso like tiptoe through the tulips, like Tiny Tim playing, and I'm sitting there with like heavy metal blaring, like.
Yeah, I don't even understand why I was having a good time. That sucked. I was just like, I'm playing Lasso with my buddy. Yeah, we're dying a lot. I'm having fun, though.
And then I'm just like, I will commit war crimes in multiple countries.
Yeah.
So, such a funny dichotomy.
But at the same time, I play so much multiplayer. It's like, and like the stuff I've seen in multiplayer games is just not comparable to like hard legendary runs.
Right. But then yeah, you take our demeanors and then we play golf with your friends and it completely flips. Like you are screaming at every single hole and I'm just like, I'm playing golf. Outside of a couple moments where I was like, come on. There's one of the holes where you're just like, what? Like every time you took a shot.
I love how close you did to my... That was so close to what I said. What? Or the no.
Yeah, they're like charging up. No. Like,
you know what's even funnier? I've been playing that game to try and get the achievements in it.
oh my gosh, it's so hard, dude.
Dude, I finally got par on the first hole after the first course after like 3 days of playing it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I started it and I was like, oh yeah, hole in one. And then one of the holes, it took me like 7 tries to get through, and I'm like, I don't feel like grinding the achievements out for this. This doesn't feel fun.
And then, of course, I picked up the DLC maps so we can play them the next time we do it.
Oh, okay. We'll have to try and get more people to join us next time we...
Yeah.
So it's not just you and me getting angry at golf. There was one hole that made me rage, and it was just because it was so easy. The hole-in-one was so easy and obvious and clear, and it should have been the easiest hole-in-one in the world, yet the map kept rejecting me. Oh man, that one did make me mad.
But then on one of the DLC ones, it was like par 57. I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be a rough one. This is gonna be a rough one. I got par 50, and I was like, you're joking me. I was actually so far under par from being like, okay, this is where I have to line up the shot with this much power to get it to go to this spot.
Yeah, and that's like legitimately, there are some of the holes I don't understand how you can get a hole in one on. Like, I think it's actually impossible.
How good is that side looking?
It's not too bad. Oh, nice 69.
Nice.
Let's go.
We need to
I know that's not a beer, that's a soda, but the idea of you being like, 69, let's go! Crack a cold one and just start chugging it.
Okay, I saw this and it was like, I figured you would have a kick with this question.
Oh.
Genie offers you 3 wishes. What are your 3 wishes? You can't wish for anybody back from the dead.
Okay.
You can't wish for more wishes. What are you wishing for?
It's the funny number. Yeah, exactly. So those are the only rules?
Yeah.
I would wish to see the future.
Okay.
And okay. I know genies. So
Okay, no, we're not playing that game where it's like you have to very specifically.
I was gonna say, if it's for real, I'm drafting up a contract. Like, I'm closing every single loophole there is. Like, I'm not gonna say, I wish I could jump high, and then I get turned into a frog. Like, we're not doing that. No, I'd say
I admit, though, that is pretty slick of the genie to think of that.
Yeah, of course. Well, they're genie. They're tricksters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first wish would be to see the future. And that will cover things like money and everything, because all I have to do is put a bet on the underdog for any major sporting event, and I'm going to blow up. Like,
yeah.
That easily covers money. And, I mean, though I've said multiple times that I don't really need that kind of money. In this scenario, we're assuming.
Yeah.
Like...
It's fake. It's not
yes,
real money.
Exactly.
So unlimited money taken care of.
Right. I'd wish for any physical ailments that my family, anyone in my family or friends would deal with, would be relieved. So basically, like,
my knees work again.
Yeah, your knees work again. You know, my mom's arthritis doesn't affect her as bad. The condition me and my sister have don't affect us. Like, you know, all basically. Not wishing for immortality, but curing all health ailments so you can live a long and healthy life.
Okay.
And then I'd wish for a 12-inch... okay. What would I wish for? What would the third wish be?
Because those are pretty good wishes. I gotta admit that, because I heard somebody say they would wish for anything they ever wanted to come true, and immediate response was, well, what happens when you go, I wish I was dead? And all the friends looked at that one person, and she's like, what? You've never thought about that? They're like, are you okay?
Well, I think I said I wish I was dead this stream. Like, what do you mean, are you okay? No. No, obviously
I'm okay.
being facetious, but
Yeah.
yeah, see something like that, like,
That's cool, but it's gonna bite you in the ass.
oh, 100%. Yeah, like, imagine you see somebody you were into get with somebody else, and you're like, I want to jump off a cliff, and it was just like,
And then you're jumping off a cliff, and you're like, oh, I've messed up.
yeah, exactly. What's something that would help the most amount of people? Because, I mean, you could go cliche and say, oh, I wish world hunger was gone, or I wish world peace, stuff like that. But I don't want to just rip a cliche out and, be like, yeah, that's done. I'm helping people.
Well, you have the money to do whatever you want, so you can help people with your money. You don't have to.
Right. And, like, obviously money can't do everything, but...
Yes, it can. Don't listen to the liars. Money can do everything.
Don't
You just
listen
have to
to
try
the
hard
liars.
enough.
But yeah, I'd wish that pets could live twice as long.
Okay, that's a.
I feel like, yeah, I think that would, a lot of people would benefit from that. It's like,
Okay.
because like, I'm not trying to be, I don't want people to get into the, like, oh, you wish them to live forever. Oh, living forever is a tortured existence. Like, I don't want to get into those kind of realms, because there's going to be a contrarian that's going to immediately debate that. But I basically looking at it from the perspective of, can you make the time you have as enjoyable as possible?
Yeah.
And so if just worldwide everyone's pet was able to live twice as long, obviously you'd still experience the pain of the loss, when it came.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'd still have my dog that I loved. My first dog, Olive. She lived for 13 years. And
so 26 years.
26 years? Yeah, that'd be a pretty long time. I mean, gosh, dang. Think of your cat that you used to have. Was it Ping?
No, Sassy?
Sassy. Yeah, that lived to be 20.
No, she got to 21, so she would live
42 years.
2 years. Yeah. Yeah, that one would be it. That cat would have almost outlived my mom.
Jeez.
Haha, dead mom joke. Because it kind of removes, like, the one thing that I would absolutely no doubt wish for.
Right.
With the stipulations.
Yeah, 100%. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would that would be their first wish, is to bring somebody back.
Yeah.
But
I think I found a workaround with that one.
Oh no. Leave it to Eli to try and swindle the genie.
Hey now. Leave it to Eli to be the only person to do it. Or try to.
Oh, definitely not the only person to try to. I can guarantee you're not the only person to try to. Although you might put more thought into it than most people do.
Oh, yeah. Mine would be like, once a year, I would like to have a 10-minute phone call with my mom.
Oh, yeah. See, that would be nice.
Yeah, just 10 minutes. And that, I think I could cheat a genie out of that one.
See, and
Because I'm not
that's...
bringing her back from the dead.
No.
I'm not seeing her. It's just a phone call.
Yeah, that
So,
one's nice.
Eli can be sentimental at times.
Pick up a gun in a Warhammer game. I can't believe it's not bolt gun. Didn't a Warhammer game just get added to Game Pass?
I think so. I think it is bolt gun, which is just like Quake, but Warhammer.
Okay. See, yeah, I was gonna say it looked very old. Like,
Yeah.
definitely
No, it's like brand new.
Doom 90s, kind of shooter.
That's what they were going for. They wanted to get a kick out of it. 80% there. My hands are cramping.
Why?
I've been squeezing the crap out of my controller all day.
Is there
I'm
not a
very
thing on
aggressive
controller
with-
that makes it so it auto sprays?
Yeah, no, there is, but I still squeeze my controller.
Oh. I didn't like those sounds. That was a little disturbing.
What sounds?
It sounded like intestines sloshing in a bag.
Ah, Nurgle's here. Good to know, good to know. Run for your life.
Oh, it's the sound of the stuff getting cleaned off. Oh, how did I not notice that until now? Oh. It's like somebody digging around in a bag of gore.
That's Warhammer for you.
Has this been like double the length of all the other jobs?
Oh yeah. Keep in mind that the other jobs were like, the last one we did was about 500. I think this one's 1,000.
Jeez.
This is like if you and me were to go do the whole, campaign of this again. Because there were a couple of those that took forever.
Oh my gosh.
The skate park was bad. Oh,
I mean, even now, going back, I'm sure the skate park wouldn't be nearly as bad.
compared to some of the stuff, yeah. Like the final mission.
Oh, the pyramid. The idea of playing through the base game levels of this game and then a space marine kicks down your doors, yells, "Come on, brother, we must clean for the glory of the Emperor," and then drags you away.
Yeah. Let's go. Please. Please take me. I'll go be a space marine.
Oh, boy.
So I've been thinking about what Space Marine chapter or Legion you would really like. And I'm down to 2.
Okay.
One of them is the Blood Angels.
Alright.
Because they're like goody two-shoe boys who like paint and do art and hang out. And they're space vampires. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. The other is the Salamanders. Which are a bunch of dudes who save the people, who are super helpful. You remember that comic with the little girl talking to the Space Marine?
Yeah.
That's a Salamander.
Okay.
So I was like, you would like both of them because they're both like super, like almost normal groups.
Brother, to call me normal by any stretch of the imagination is incorrect.
I no, like I don't think you want to be like wrapped up with the furries.
No, 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 no. No,
So
but
you're not going to be a space wolf.
listen, I'm not built different, I'm built stupid. I am straight up built. I really want to say it. I really want to, but YouTube doesn't like it.
I also really thought you might like the Lamenters.
Okay.
They're a Space Marine chapter where anything that could go wrong has gone wrong to them.
Could burn the filth with a flamer. I'll tell you why we're cleaning it with a power washer. The devs didn't want to change the texture or the animation.
That would have been so much cooler if it was a flamer, though.
That would be pretty funny. You're just burning all the filth off.
Eli's a bit sleepy.
Eli sounds sleepy.
Eli just built miniatures last night.
Of course.
Listen, man. You have your vices, I have mine.
Vices. Yeah, it's like you have like an intervention, like a meeting, and it's like, I'm addicted to alcohol. I'm addicted to heroin. I'm addicted to porn. I'm addicted to Warhammer. Oh, he needs the most help.
There's a reason it's called plastic crack.
It's like that video of the guy who's like, so I followed your advice and I went out and I found a new hobby. It was like, I need help. I went out, I followed your advice. I found a new hobby. It's like, why do you need my help? That's a good thing.
It's Warhammer.
My new hobby is Warhammer. What? I don't know, man. I just went to the game store and break for D&D, and I couldn't help it. I saw the miniature. It was so cool. Now I keep buying them. It's like, what have you done?
Yeah.
You've left a bad hobby for an even worse one. Or a bad habit, not hobby.
My favorite has always been the somebody's like posts the thing of Warhammer. It's like the first inch is cool minis, the rest is fascism, and then it's like, stop messaging me trying to tell me what Warhammer is.
I love the
Cracks
post
me up.
the girl put on Twitter where she was like, I'm too scared to try and kiss a boy now. What if he tries to teach me about Warhammer?
Listen, man.
You know what? That's
You
a valid
get 'em.
fear.
Honestly, it is. Though, you know what's really funny? Jesse was sitting there going through some of the Warhammer books,
Uh-huh.
and she found the Emperor's Children, and she's like, these guys are really pretty. What are they like in 40K? I'm like, you don't want to know.
Trust me.
And
it's
she's
just-
like, oh,
Close the book.
oh no.
Move along, child.
And well, no, she was like, I'll play this game with you guys so I can play these purple boys. I'm like, okay. I don't want to be angry with you, but oof, you're really hurting me here. The purple boys.
I mean, that's about what I do.
But the funny thing is, everyone knows what the orcs are.
Yeah. Because the orcs are the only good thing to come out of 40K.
That's kind of debatable.
But no, the orcs are hilarious.
They're just funny. They're comedic value. And there's other factions that you kind of know about. You know about the Sisters of Battle.
Yes.
You know about the Tyranids.
Somewhat.
You know about the Necrons.
Somewhat.
Yeah, you know about the Space Marines. You know about Chaos Space Marines. That's pretty much all you need to know. Of course, you have the Votan.
I don't know what that means.
They're space dwarves.
Okay. You're
No
probably
joke,
spending
they run around
more
with
money.
hammers.
Probably spending more money getting the water shipped up here than getting paid. Yeah, that's true. With the amount of water to clean this freaking thing.
And I have a flamer. This might go faster if I can set the whole thing on fire.
Honestly, I think it would. See, they didn't even give you the triple
I know.
attachment.
I was looking for it.
That
It
would
made this job so much easier.
Yeah, honestly.
I think you can use it in free play, but because I just restarted the campaign,
Right.
because I didn't feel like trying to finish this by myself.
That's fair.
Oh my god.
We're
My eyes are
90% of the way
burning.
there, though.
91. Are you just going and cleaning up the smaller details up front?
No, I'm on the wing.
Okay.
I'm blasting away all the little bits. Why do you need to clean the missiles? You're just gonna fling them into the guts of a filthy heretic? Well,
Yes.
you don't want the missile to be dirty before you do that.
Yeah. You want them to die with some understanding of their heresy.
Exactly. Yeah, how can they see the heresy written right in the front of the missile if it's all dirty?
Yeah, hit them with the hunter killer. And then, of course, like, my dad... So you remember the guy that we cleaned before this? That's a knight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the army my dad likes running.
Oh, okay.
Because he doesn't have to buy as many miniatures.
He just buys one big one and he's done.
Okay, so our 30k army, which is... We're running about 3,000 points. For me and him. He's looking at 18 models. They equal 3,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at 71 models.
Jeez. That's freaking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, he was like, oh, we can do like a 1,000-point game, and he was looking at his stuff, but I only get like 4 models. Actually, I think he got less than that. Wait, no. Because of... He has to run a separate division, so he had, like, 11... plus... So he had 13 models for 1,000 points. To go from 1,000 points to 3,000 points, he added 5 models.
Jeez. So you're also going to carve Die Heretic into your shells? Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna carve Die Heretic into my balls.
Your balls?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I'm gonna do it with a pair of tweezers as well.
You go to hook up with a girl and it's just like you pull your pants down, just carved into your hair. It just says Die Heretic.
And she's like, "Oh, a Warhammer guy." No, not at all. You know what's even funnier? Like, I was at a Warhammer store, and there were people walking in not knowing what Warhammer was and looking at minis, and were like, "Oh, this is weird. Do you just paint these and display them?" And they're like, "No, we play with them." And they're like, "Oh," and walked out.
What?
All with it. Yeah, I was like, do they not understand how this works?
At that point, why do you even walk into that store?
I don't know. Let me out.
What's up, Gore?
Hey, Gore.
Not Gore, group. What? All the
Group.
G names.
What?
I
Why?
keep
Why
mixing
do you
up
gotta
the
mess
G
up the
names.
fans?
Gosh dang it.
Hey, group.
It's because I'm like not thinking. I'm paying attention to
I
something
must
else, so I
leave.
see G and I'm just like, oh, G. I've called both Gore Group and Group Gore. Oh boy. Why is Eli so quiet?
Yeah, why am I so quiet, Spencer?
Really wish that had been pointed out earlier.
I'm not quiet on my side. I'm like almost in the red here.
Yeah, of course. I may have had my game audio, my desktop audio turned down, and that includes Discord, so...
Fair enough.
I turn that down when I'm solo streaming, because it's like, that's just game audio when I'm solo streaming.
Yeah, I understand. You don't love me.
No, I just forget about you.
Yeah, what else is new?
Don't you forget about me.
How is there still 4% left when it's so this dirty?
Because it's all spread out. That's why. When am I ever thinking? I don't. I don't do that.
Crumpets is incapable of thought.
No thoughts, head empty. I am the embodiment of Whooper.
What's Whooper?
Are you serious? The Pokemon?
What's Whooper?
You've never seen Whooper before? The little blue guy based off the Oxalotl? Two little pink things coming out of the sides of his head. He's got a look on his face like he has maybe one brain cell.
I have a problem. Hey, come look at me.
Huh, sucks to suck. Oh, I'm stuck. Stuck again.
Okay. I hate this so much. Why did I suggest we do this?
Yeah, I mean... Why is it always your ideas that you end up regretting?
I don't know, man.
You suggested we play Close to the Sun, and then you were like, I hate this game, I don't want to play it anymore.
Well, I don't do good with horror games.
Then why did you pick the horror game?
I didn't know it was a horror game.
How did you not know it was a horror game when the first picture in the slideshow of images is a door that says quarantine zone written in blood?
I thought it was an interactive quarantine simulator.
What? Eli likes suffering. I think he must. He's worked in a kitchen for 10 years now. That's nothing but suffering.
Very true. Man.
Jeez Louise.
You still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Air armor, please get cleaned.
Oh, finding the minute details of this one's gonna be a nightmare.
We should have just played Minecraft.
Oh boy. We do need to think of what we'll play next week.
Are we gonna keep doing it on Thursdays?
I'll think about it. We've got to do. I see. This is what I hate about having to rearrange all this. Like, it was so perfect. We do BB on Wednesdays, then we do D&D, and then I'm off Friday, and then off Sunday. I do it after work. But now it's like, because we moved D&D to Saturdays, since I work Wednesdays now, I've got to take the weekends off. And, I mean, it throws everything off.
Yes,
and even though
we
it was...
also work opposite schedules with work, because I work the mornings now.
Right. Yeah, it's frustrating.
Well, then again, I am going on vacation here soon, so we'll probably get a bunch of streams in together then.
Yeah, that'll be a good idea.
You can join me for a 24-hour live stream.
Nope.
Are you scared?
No, I don't want to stay up 24 hours straight because I've seen what happens. when I do that.
Oh, you get grumpy?
No, I have seizures.
Oh.
yeah, shut that one down real quick, didn't I? I have stayed awake for over 24 hours once in my life. I ended up being up for 36 hours straight, and I had a seizure, and then fell asleep for like a day and a half. So I don't want to do that again. I want a power washer to a servo skull and get them to do this.
Oh, that would have been so helpful. Except Crumpets doesn't know what a servo skull is.
I don't.
Or a servitor. A servitor is basically a criminal that they were like, hey, you can be redeemed if you become a servitor, where they take out your brain.
That doesn't sound like being redeemed. That just sounds like being taken control of.
Yeah, well... yeah. Welcome to Warhammer.
Yeah, exactly. That is 100% the interaction that just happened. What are you, a pussy? No, it puts me in serious physical harm.
Group will come hang out with me for my 24-hour live stream.
See, and when you say come hang out, like, yeah, I'll pop in for like an hour or two, but I'm not staying with you the full 24. A human skull lobotomized, turned into a drone, and no, they can't just make it a robot because AI is heresy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Instead of artificial intelligence, it's called abominable intelligence. But who cares? There's a trillion lives that we can just send off to die.
Yeah. Russia.
I'm not saying that we took all of our tactics from Russia, but what I am saying is we took all of our tactics from Russia.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so you've played Kill Team with me and Alex, and you guys have played it. Keep in mind, the regular human guys, I get to run 14 of those. Whereas if you run Space Marines, you only get 6.
Right.
So there's plenty of people just to throw at the problem till it's not a problem anymore. And how you get out from being the person sent to go do all the stuff? Be rich.
Ah, so it all comes back to corporate greed.
Yep, pretty much.
As every story does.
Except even if you're rich, things happen in which they're like, ah, yeah, too bad, you saw a demon, time to die.
Interesting. Like a billion people in every hive city, no one will miss 100 dudes. We turn into drone skulls.
Yeah. That's how the Imperium works.
Cool.
Or my favorite. Yeah, I'm just gonna take 100 people and turn them into a meat room.
Hey, don't insult the meat room.
No, somebody took a bunch of people while they were still living and sewed them together into a meat room.
Yeah, dude, who wouldn't want a meat room? Everybody has a meat room in their house. It's like a requirement for building a house these days.
Okay, Conrad Kurz.
I don't know what that means. Sounds like my dungeon. Yeah, a room of meat.
No crumpets, it's not man meat.
No, I was gonna say pork. Steak. Steak.
Yep, there's that air brake done. Time to go finish up the other
there. 99%.
We're almost there. Whoa! We hate it, I swear.
Those aren't the lyrics, you silly Billy.
Attack wing clamps.
Come on.
Okay. Attack wing mounts.
Okay, there's that. Hey, there we go. Is this all one piece? No, they're one piece. Like the anime? So have you watched the live action One Piece?
Nope.
Kind of figured since you enjoy live action anime like a heathen.
That is very true, but I have not seen it because that one I know is bad.
See, I've actually heard quite a lot
Piece.
of people say it's good. That includes
Yeah, but it's One
Piece
Piece.
fans.
But it's One Piece, so it's automatically trash.
Yep, there goes Eli trying to stir the pot, as always.
Don't like it? I want you to go to a location that I will post shortly.
I don't know what that means, but okay. I mean,
AKA your mom's room.
I don't like One Piece either, but
But why don't you like One Piece?
It's too long. show's literally been running since before I was born. I have other shows I want to watch, just don't want to put in the time.
I started to watch it because the girl I was seeing was into it, and then Justin was like, "Ah, it's really good." I was like, oh, "Okay, now it's time to not watch this anymore."
Wow. Have not been told the Emperor is basically a corpse on a golden throne kept alive by ancient tech and uses his psyker magic powers to keep a hell beacon alight so space travel works? Thank you. I understood some of that. You've watched almost all of One Piece Group? Do you enjoy it? Our friend enjoys it. I've always been like, I've got like a bunch of other anime to watch, and I watch maybe 3 episodes a week. So, with that taken into account, it would take me 12 years to watch all of One Piece. What are we missing?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Nose armor on the... It's up here.
It's good, even if you just watch till the skip, it's worth it. Okay.
There's a skip? What are they skipping?
Time skip. Something.
Why
that
do they have a
happens in,
time
like
s-
every anime that's, of any decent length.
Why would
just
you do a
like-
time skip?
Oh, all the characters went off and trained, and there was really nothing that we wanted to animate or draw in that time. So we'll just say, hey, we skipped a year has passed, the characters are stronger now, here's what they got.
Where's the fun in that?
I mean, it basically just advances the story without having a bunch of filler.
What's filler?
Yeah, I knew what you were doing with that one. Little rat. Stuff that happens in chapter 2 just casually becomes important 69 chapters later. Nice. Yeah. Naruto had a time skip too, but Naruto's time skip was in between the 2 series. So,
Narada, you mean?
yeah.
I was playing Helldivers with somebody and I said it like that, and they whipped around with a shotgun to my face and said, "What'd you just call it?" I was like, "Oh."
Time skip was fun. It had in-universe reasoning. Pretty sure it actually took 2 years in real time before all the content from inside the time skip was out. Oh, okay. So they actually covered what happened in the time skip. I guess Naruto did too. It was just like, here's a flashback of some of the times Naruto trained during that year that he was off adventuring or in training with Jiraiya.
FL.
They didn't just skip forward. They had a unique change of space arc and even got everyone got a little intro to explain, but they didn't animate the actual training beyond flashbacks. Ah, okay. Oh, finally done.
Yeah. That's all of them.
Sick.
Let's see if there's any more that came with the free play.
There isn't.
Okay.
Already looked.
Well, that was fun.
Indeed. Ah!
Bye-bye. Oh, back.
Alright, yep. Thank you, we done did do it. Yeah, we did. All
For the
cleaned up.
Emperor!
For the
For
Emperor!
humanity!
Well, yeah, that's the one.
Ow, my ears. Okay. Well, thank you all for tuning in. This is the end for Eli. I'll be on tomorrow with Halo. Thursday, right? And then Helldivers Saturday. Then my week's over for streaming.
And I may or may not be on tomorrow because I've got an 8-hour shift, so.
That's 8 hours.
And then we are canceling Bardic Blunders for Saturday. We pretty much, if you want to see what we would have talked about on Bardic Blunders on Saturday, just watch the beginning like hour and a half of this stream, and that'll cover everything. But yeah, due to a schedule change at work, there's going to be a lot of changes happening.
Hey, do you just want to do Bardic Blunders on like Monday nights?
We can. Well, no, we can't because I work.
How late?
11. I'm literally working nights, so.
Oh man.
I wanted
You
to
might
give
have-
more people our fish Eli moments. Dude, go and watch last week's episode because quite a few people were hanging around for that one. I think at one point we were actually yelling at each other. How about Tuesdays? Like we were doing it when we started, because I'm off on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, it just has to be after 4 because that's when I get off of work.
Yeah, I mean we were doing it at 7, so.
That's fine.
All right, that'll work.
Well, now I get it. Okay.
So
Normally I'm streaming during that time, but
from now on, it's at least for the time being, we're gonna do. I'll be streaming a game on Monday earlier. We'll be doing Bardic Blunders Tuesday night. I'll be streaming a game, Wednesday afternoon. Me and Eli will do co-op on Thursday. I'll stream something on Friday, and then I'll be off for the weekend.
and I will stream Monday, Tuesday. Well, I guess I can put it to Wednesday streaming now. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then off Sunday. Off Sunday, Tuesday. That's fine.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, hanging out with us. I'll be back. I'll try and see if I can stream tomorrow, but I've since I have an 8-hour shift, it's not going to be likely. But catch you all later.